What is up, everybody? Alex here. We're back doing another live stream. Today we're talking about everything belief, mindset, perspectives, perceptions. All of the things in the realm of the mind. We're going to dive deeper into that. Before we do that, I just want to mention once again, Music Creator Academy is on sale this week. It's at an awesome deal. So if you've been interested in leveling up your craft, really getting to that pro level as a music producer, developing yourself as an artist, really getting somewhere, getting serious about it, get some focus down for this new school year. If you've been liking what we've been talking about on these live streams, then I encourage you to check it out. Now is the time. I would love to be part of your musical journey. I think you'll get a ton from it. So again, there's a link above this video, so check that out if you're interested. If you have any questions about it, go ahead and leave a comment, shoot me a DM. I'm always here to answer questions. And let's talk about the next core module that we're going to focus on, which is the third module in the course, mindset. All right, the first live stream we covered foundations, covered how important it is to master your understanding of sound, master your understanding of the DAW, make it an expression of yourself, make it seamless, a seamless tool to express your ideas. And we also talked about really mastering the foundations of like how to impact people with your music and thinking about it in that lens, because all of your efforts should be steered towards creating a meaningful experience through your music for yourself and also communicating that with other people. Then we talked about percussion. We talked about the 4 key elements, which would be rhythm, bass, melody, dynamics, how they all work together, how they kind of correlate with the body and these ancient elements. We kind of went crazy, but there's some really cool insights you can gain from looking at it through that perspective. And if you can master in your own way, expressing yourself through those 4 elements, you're going to be on fire. You're going to be able to create tracks that are just amazing in so many different ways and interact well and create meaningful experiences, bring people on a journey, all that good stuff. That's what we covered in the last live stream. That would be module 2. Module 3 is mindset. And I love this stuff. I think this stuff is super important. And I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know how most people feel about it. However, mindset, I will say, is the most important thing in anything. Like in music production, your mindset is the absolute most important thing. It's more important than even the next module that we're talking about, the workflow and the processes, the techniques, the production, the foundation. The mindset is the most important thing because, let me elaborate on this. Your mindset is basically, what does it mean? It's how you see yourself, how you see your creative work, your beliefs about yourself, your beliefs about your creative work, your beliefs about your potential, your beliefs about the world, your perceptions of whatever circumstance comes across, whether it be a life event, whether it be a roadblock, a problem, something that you face, whatever it is, your mind is the interpreter. It is going to be casting meaning on whatever thing you experience. And if your mind is well calibrated to express something, a perception, to give you that self-talk, to give you a perspective that encourages you to take action, that makes you feel motivated, that puts a smile on your face, that really makes you happy and have gratitude for everything and just have a good perspective, that will be your most impactful tool in life in general and in music production as well. However, on the flip side, if we have internal mental scripts, if we have beliefs, if we have perceptions, perspectives that are actually holding us back at a deep level, that's a problem. Because if you think about all the manifestations of what those limiting beliefs, those limiting mindsets will express themselves as, is like self-doubt, writer's block, procrastination, blaming, victim mentality, saying that this is impossible, saying that you're no good at this, you're not good enough for this. Oh, you can't make it in today's day and age, it's impossible. I'm not a good enough musician. I don't understand this enough. I don't think I can do this. I don't have the time to do this. All of these things are manifestations of those deeper limiting beliefs. And if you're after a specific goal, if there's something you want to achieve while you're here on this earth, your mindset is going to be the utmost importance. So that's why I have a dedicated module to it. We go super deep in the course. Like we go all the way to the core, but I'll talk about some of the general things that you could even start exploring right now today from this live stream. So let me know in the comments if you've ever had any issues with mindset, or how you feel about your mindset, or how you feel about the idea of mindset. So let's dive into it. First and foremost, like I said, mindset is of utmost importance because everything starts from the mind. Okay, so whether you have habits, whether you decide to take action on something, every action that you do, for the most part, maybe it's except for instinctual actions in like you're getting chased by a bear or something, but most other things in life, everything stems from the mind first. For you to do something, you have to first have thought of it. You have to first have had something go in your mind, a thought, and then you're like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's move forward with that. It always starts up here. And this can be in the great sense where you're like, all right, I want to do this. Let's take action. I want to experiment with this. Let's do it. Oh, I'm coming across an obstacle. Let's look at it this way and actually try this and keep moving forward, keep going upwards. So that's the positive manifestation on that. And then the other side is really the limiting beliefs. Like if anything comes up in your mind as a perspective of a situation that's limiting you, that is what I would call a limiting mindset, a fixed mindset that's really going to get in your way of achieving any real results. And again, that's why we're focused on this. So let's break it down into the core elements of what we need to think about in terms of mindset related to music production. So first and foremost, you really want to get clarity on your goal, right? On a purposeful plan, on something that's going to motivate you. Because if you think of motivation, the root word of motivation is motive. So what is your motive for doing this? And you can have many motives. Most of us got into music because we love it. We have to make music. There's no other option. It's a life path. It's a passion. I totally understand that. And that's part of your purpose. But on top of that, if you really want to take action consistently and really do something meaningful to you, achieve a goal, you have to get some sort of clarity on what that goal is. So whether that's to produce your own music and that's your goal, whether it's to release an EP, whether it's to freelance your services, so to get good enough at production to be able to help other artists produce themselves, whether you want to film score, write songs for Netflix series, be video game scorer. Sky is the limit. Really, any goal you want. If you want to start a business, if you want to teach, if you want to coach people, if you want to be an artist and run a business as an artist and grow yourself as an artist, that is a goal as well. Any goal that you have, you really want to get clear on it, and you want to get clear on the motivation as to why. Because most of the time, any goal that we have, the goal itself is part of it, but there is a deeper motivation behind a certain goal. Like, okay, sure, you want to become a popular artist, or share your music with a bunch of people, or freelance your services. Why though? Why do you want that? And keep asking why. Keep digging, and you'll actually get to probably a really deep, a really deep desire, really deep urge that you really want to express. Whether that is sharing your music so that you can feel loved in that sense, or get meaningful attention, whether that's growing a business so you can actually spend your day, spend your time focused on something that you really care about, such as music, and you really would love to have a situation where that's all you do as a full-time career. That is a great motivation, right? You want to be focused on your passion. Whatever it is, you really have to find what that is for you, because if you do not find that, it's going to be very hard for you to stay consistent, to keep that in mind, and to motivate yourself to keep moving forward as obstacles inevitably come, because obstacles will come. There's no way to avoid obstacles. If anyone's ever told you that there's an easy way to get from 0 to 10,000 without any roadblocks or obstacles, that is lies, because anything in life that's worth achieving has not a struggle, but has certain roadblocks that you will inevitably come across. And it's not about if or if not you're going to hit roadblocks. It's about how you're going to deal with them when they come. And getting that kind of set is being able to overcome those problems is going to come from a very purposeful plan, a goal that's really meaningful to you, that regardless of what's coming in your way, you're going to be able to push through it because it has that much tangible meaning for you. So that's kind of the first focus, is really developing a vision, developing a plan, getting something that's going to really light the fire under your butt to keep you motivated and excited and want to push forward. And you're going to have off days, you're going to have good days, but overall, you're going to keep moving forward. So that's number one. Number two, I would say, is to really focus on self-awareness and taking responsibility for limiting beliefs, because I don't know how most people act, but I feel like the victim mentality is very common, meaning that we blame external things for situations, whether it's like the economy, lack of time, other people, the industry itself, your childhood, your situation, your finances. All of these things are external and they can have a certain impact, but it's not that useful a perspective, right? Because if you think about that, blaming other external factors basically just says that you do not have to do anything. Like, that's what it's telling your psyche, is really that, oh, this is out of my hands. I can't do anything. It's hopeless. So it's pointless to take action. That's the script that's running. So if you zoom back out and be like, all right, maybe some things externally are affecting me. Some things are out of your control. But if they're out of your control, what's the use in focusing on them? So it's better to focus on things that are in your control. And what's in your control is actually taking responsibility, taking action, and having self-awareness. So you can actually control your perspective on things, and you can control what you do. Okay. And that's the most meaningful thing that you can come to grips with, is that that's what's within your control. And the more that you focus there, the more that you're going to not get sidetracked by all the external environments, situations, and you're going to be focused on the internal environment and situations. It's a very shifting perspective. And in doing that, typically you're going to come across a lot of limiting beliefs. All right. This could be like self-doubt. This could be like, you don't feel like you're a good enough musician. You don't feel like you're worthy as an artist. You procrastinate. You don't think it's possible, right? You don't have enough time. You feel like you don't have enough time to actually learn this stuff and express yourself as an artist, or you're intimidated by the tech, or you're intimidated by the music, whatever it is. All of these things are limiting perspectives. And what I want to try and encourage you is to really try and develop the self-awareness to see where your mind goes when you come across certain situations. So for example, if you're working in the studio, everything's hunky-dory and something isn't going your way, or you run into a technical obstacle, or you don't know where the song is going, where does your mind go? Where does your thinking direct you there? Do you start to get down on yourself? Do you start to tell yourself all these crazy things and really put yourself down, and encourages you to not take action, to stop? That's the protection mechanism coming in. However, if you can start to see those things, it's the first step to actually being able to change the script and intentionally see things differently. And this can be not only with music, but this could be with life habits, right? Like, when are you able to schedule in 15 minutes a day to be in the studio? Because most people have 15 minutes of time that they could schedule. So it's all about your perspective on how you look at things, right? And all of these things is really trying to strip away the mindsets and the perspectives and the automatic thinking patterns that are going to work against you achieving what you want. And it's worthwhile investigating them, because again, I'll say it again, those internal scripts and the things that will limit you in your brain and your mind are going to be the single most tough obstacle that you have to overcome over any learning technical stuff, learning production techniques, learning a workflow, because all of those things require you to be motivated enough to actually learn it and practice it. Okay. And if you don't have that motivational mindset, if you don't have the right mindset, you're going to get intimidated, overwhelmed, and give up. And then giving up leads to no action, which leads to no progress. And that's all of the mind. So that's why it's so important. And I had to include this in the course as a focus. So that's the second stage. And then the third stage is a lot of the more practical stuff. Okay. So once you have a vision you're stoked about, that you're super motivated to achieve, you know that's part of your purpose for actually being here, and you've clarified that, you've made it clear, an objective goal that's tangible, that you can measure, then you can focus on trying to become more self-aware and identifying whatever thought patterns, beliefs, perspective, things that have become automatic thinking patterns in your mind, and trying to be aware of them so that you can then start to change them towards seeing things in a different light that will actually encourage